Okay. Right. Hello everybody. Welcome to this video. It's me, Richard Clark, aka wushurichard. How are you doing? It's my morning here. It's fairly late, but I thought I'd make this video for you guys. And I've got my hat on for a reason. My hair is all over the place and I look like a wally. But I'm still human. I'm just in my pair of simple martial arts trousers here for working out. I'm going to do my workout in a moment after I finish this video. I am just finishing a cup of coffee here. And I thought I'd sit on the couch here, sit on the sofa and talk to you. I've got no top on because it's just too hot. Okay, that's one reason. I'm still trying to get over a cough and a cold. I'm actually more or less recovered now fully. But like, you know, I'm still taking my medicine when I wake up. Today I took 2 types of medicine. Chinese medicine, as I say. I'll see if I'm going to have something to eat later or not. But as I say, you've got to be careful before you do any exercise or working out. You've got to be careful to, you know, don't eat or drink too much, because if you're going to do a big workout, it's not a good idea, right? But this is a big cup of coffee. I'm just going to finish this drink, and then I'm going to start to do a workout in a moment. And just take it easy, take it gradual, and get through the stretches. The martial arts, especially the working out, just the basic workout, and martial arts in general, like the training of all the techniques, which I do at different times when I do my skills training. But just working out and exercise, I want to just say, keeps you active, you know, keeps me young. I'm 43 almost. I'm 42 now, and I'm nearly 43. Dare I say it? Okay, you know, because the thing is, so about almost, let's say, around 42 and a half basically, coming up to, because we've just gone into June 2025. Okay, June. And my birthday is on November the 22nd. Jot it down in your diaries, write it down. if you've not hit the subscribe button, that will be a disappointment. But if you remember my birthday, that'll be great. Anyway, yeah, but I'm just saying, so it keeps me youthful, you know, keeps me as energetic as I possibly can be. You do feel different as you get older. So for you people out there who are 20-something, you don't know now. You won't know now. But when you're 30, the body's a bit different. When you're 40-something, your body's a bit different. I'm saying that. So if this is how I feel now, you know, I understand people that are in their 50s, 60s, and it just gets harder as you get older. But, you know, obviously 40 is not too bad, right? So I'll probably be looking back on this, like, I don't know, with a smile on my face or something, I don't know. Well, look, I'll probably be just looking back on it, thinking whatever I think, but, you know, in the future. But the thing is, you have to take care of your health. You know, you've got to take care of your health. And keep yourself as active as possible. That's the main thing. And no matter what age you're at, balance exercise and rest. Yeah. So, in this particular video, that's just the first thing I want to say, get that out of the way, and we're going to talk on a topic, okay? So, every day when I wake up, as I said, just quickly, or just in general, most days, doing all this exercise that I do, all the stretching, flexible, it's mostly like it looks like an aerobics kind of exercise that I do, right? A bit of breathing in there, with martial arts techniques, a little bit similar to yoga, basic yoga, you might say. It's more like an aerobics thing, some basic stretching. I'm not doing the biggest like muscle building workout, as you know. You can see me, I'm not a big muscle man. It's good to have some more strength. I do have strength within me in my training, in my skills. to say things aren't what they seem when you look like what they look like. You know, seeing is believing, but feeling is the truth. I'm not saying I can go toe to toe with the bodybuilders in the gym. I'm not saying that I can go toe to toe with the calisthenics guys in the park. Obviously, I'm not bullshit. I'm not one to bullshit. I speak absolute truth, and I speak truth when I say about the power that I know I've got in me, and the what I know in the martial arts. Not just what I think I know, but physically what I know and how I've chucked people, how I've thrown people down, how I'm able to defend myself, block, and all the rest of it, cover, move. The mechanics of martial arts and different striking and body alignment. It's done so much with coordination. So a martial artist or a fighter, be they a boxer, be they a ring fighter of any type, they're not going to be invincible. Soldiers, the Marines, they're not invincible in hand-to-hand combat. We're talking about here as well. Okay. The strongest people in the world or the most flexible people, and it doesn't. What I'm trying to say. Everybody's got their limitations, and in various situations, you'll be more or less like just a normal person, and you are a human being after all. Excuse me. I'm always a bit groggy in the morning when I wake up, or when because I've just been recovering from a cold and a cough. See, so I've got a bit of phlegm there, but I don't speak bullshit. I don't, speak nonsense for myself here or whatever. Well, my throat, as I say, is what it is as well. But training. So what I'm saying is like I'm not the most flexible person, like some of these contortionists or acrobatic people. I'm not. Okay, I'm not even in the shape of flexibility that I was when I was 20 something. 20 years ago. We're talking now, and we are talking 20 years ago. That's right, because 22. When I was doing my wushu training, and then up from there. But that age, 22, let's say, that age was when I was just coming off of my kickboxing and my martial arts that I was doing in the UK, and then coming to China, and then doing, I'll say, different training, like the wushu training I was doing, the long fist, So 22, I was really, really, I don't want to say in my prime, like fucking hell, like, there's nothing more for me, but I was in my prime, you could say. But more of a prime of sorts developed for me. I got more stronger. That's what I'm saying. I'm stronger now than I was back then, and stronger in martial arts foundational, like technicality and self-defensive methods. It's like in martial arts, okay, combat. It's not for show. You don't go into show. You don't go into a pose and do a technique like that. A pose, right? Let's fight. Or just pre-plan it in your head. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's why people get knocked the fuck out on the streets as well. Training is for fitness mostly. Training with people, when you're training by yourself, it's more for fitness. When you're training with people, you're really training how you're really going to react. So sparring is not nonsense like some people say. Good controlled sparring. I mean, when I say control, I mean not going to knock the person out. It's good control of the self, Technicality, reaction, speed, reaction, randomization of moves. You don't know what's coming. It gives you a chance to practice all those important things that you train in your practice time anyway, and training time, like in the school. Please excuse that sound in the background. That's a little electric fan. Got my mother-in-law in the back, in the back room, y'all, with a little electric fan. I'm just saying, if you're familiar with the liminal spaces law, it's my reference to the backgrounds. But the same way. So, is in your when you're training martial arts in a dojo or in a school, you'll be training drills. So you'll be training, not drill rapping with my hat on. No, you'll be training and beats. It's more like what is you train drills. You're training set techniques or patterns of techniques, combinations, applications with a partner working as well. Just preset, different speed. Then you as well as by yourself, and then with partner, and then you've got forms, which are long sets of patterns, and it's all like a big load of training, right? And you do your lone exercise and all that as well. But the sparring though, the sparring is a real. It should, when it's free like that, it's a real good control. And just because you say, well, there's rules and things, well, I'm not going to go full speed and knock this person out, and we're being careful. Just because we have that stuff doesn't mean that it's not serious training. Okay, it is serious training, reaction and speed. In fact, it's better as long as you can generate your power, and you train for generating power and speed in real life, and training all the time anyway, different ways, conditioning and working out and movement. You've got that. So when you're sparring, you're being careful not to knock the person out and really go in and like just brutalize. Like you would in a street fight, you might, finish that situation pretty quick, put it that way, self-defense, what I'm just saying. You don't want to hurt people, but I'm just saying, doing what you have to do to defend yourself sensibly. What I'm trying to say is when you're sparring, it gives you that chance to work what you can do. So you're also being careful as well. See? So it's another level. But you have to go in a bit realistic though. You can't just be always soft, slow. You've got to still go fast and work different reactions and that. And trying to go in and resolve the situation, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be standing there trading blows all the time, right, in a real fight. You shouldn't be standing there dancing around, trading blows, or expecting to block constantly. But that's good for training. You can work that for training as well, work different things. And you do that, and you have to do that. Yeah, but it's like, what you really want to do is work out, so when people are throwing them random attacks at you, to find what's the thing to do. Don't keep standing back, jumping back, block. No. You want to block and go straight like block, simultaneously go in or trap them up, throw them down, feel like that's what I'm saying, come straight in. A finishing shot, a finishing throw down. Not to say you finish like you want to brutalise someone. You don't want to accidentally kill someone, deliberately or accidentally, but I'm saying you don't want to really put someone in the hospital or even. I'm saying if someone's trying to kill you or really harm you and it's a self-defense situation on the streets, what are you going to do? You're only fighting, if you've got sense, you're only fighting because it's because you can't escape. You don't go with an ego thinking, I'm going to take this guy. No. Okay? Doesn't matter who you are, expert or not. Or, if you get away, as I say, hold on 1 second. Okay, so what I'm saying is sparring, should be training for real self-defense is what I'm saying, real, that's what I'm trying to say to you. For when you have to do something to protect yourself and stop the opponent, it's just got to be, because that person is trying to really harm you, right? So you've really got to have that ability to do what you need to do. You have to train to engage and finish this thing, resolve this situation, bring that safety back, because you've got to get out of there. You have to get away. Now, you might need to hit them, distract them, throw, whatever it is, to throw them off. And you might know that you can't, or it's really going to be really difficult to beat this person. They're a really big, tough person, whatever. You might be a self-defense thing, you know what I mean? Like the person might have a weapon, and you do not want to be tackling someone with a weapon, what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, and like you might chuck something like some dust in the person's face. So I know I sound like I'm speaking from a Jackie Chan movie here, but I'm saying chucking dust, something in their face, to distract them, and that for a kick or something, you might kick them, whatever it might be. A woman might knee or kick a man in the groin, very painful, right? Yeah. A stamp on the foot, kick him in the leg, whatever it might be. You understand what I'm saying? Palm strike to the face. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, certain things, you might throw a punch so hard in the jaw. Big tough guy, you might throw a punch on the elbow across the jaw, crack. It's like days, like what happened? That moment, you just run off because you got that chance. See, because you couldn't run in the beginning for some reason. Let's say the guy's grabbing on you. You somehow you get the guy off of you. He's trying to choke you or whatever it is, and you throw that palm in the face, slap with a knee in the groin, whatever it might be. A technique quickly, throw some dust or whatever you got. I don't know, whatever you have on you in his face. Might be just water or whatever, just to distract him, and then you run the hell out of there. Don't go falling down a staircase or into a juggernaut lorry, If a woman's going to kick him or someone kicks you in the nuts, you kick the man in the groin, knee him in the groin, shove your, is it high heel shoes heel in his asshole. I'm just joking. But no, I'm just saying, right? I'm not saying do it because you know what I'm saying. But yeah, okay. But what I'm trying to say though is self-defense is key, right? And people have used all kinds of things for self-defense. They've even used their keys, but I'm not advising you to be using weapons on the street or anything as a weapon. I'm just saying, okay. But you have to get the opponent away, right? So if you can't beat them, you've got to stop them from that immediate threat and get the hell out of the danger. That's what you're going to do, isn't it, basically, right? So if you can run off straight away or find some way out of it another way, then fine, good. You can avoid being there in the first place. If you can talk your way out of it, that's good, you say. But don't be fooled by thinking that you are talking them out of it and they're agreeing with you and you're distracting them. Because I've been doing that my whole life and it's helped me a lot. I've been able to talk my way out of situations with hostile imbeciles, I'll call them, and talk them down and all kinds of things. But it's done me well. But it's only because it worked in those situations. Some of these violent lunatics aren't as easy to deal with like that. They're more insane and they're ready to just snap still. They're like mental patients in the public. They're like mentally ill people, right? They're ready to just snap at any moment. So you might think that it's all going okay and they still get you. It's like that's what it's like, It's like you get a chicken leg or something and you want to give it to this big wild dog to kind of like calm him down. Look, everything's fine. Don't bite me. And you give him this chicken leg and then the big dog still goes for your leg instead. And then there's the chicken leg. So you lost your chicken leg and your two chicken legs, your own legs, maybe. So this is real. So martial arts, as I say, is for real. Right? Self-defense is for real. You have to train. When you're training with people, you've got to get some regular sparring in, right? Now, in this video, I want to just say, okay, that because I've totally changed the topic now. I was going to talk about another topic, but I'm going to need to make another video for that topic. Now, in this video, we're just talking about this, right? I want to just say that, so I'm not the most flexible person. I'm not the strongest person, muscle-wise and all the rest of it. But I do what I can do. There's always areas where you can work on things. I've improved in a lot of areas. I've deteriorated in other areas, and I've improved in other areas in the last 20 years, right? But doing this workout every day keeps me in real good shape. It keeps me youthful enough, energized enough to get through my difficult days I have to go through. Trying to earn money to support for my family. You know what I'm saying? We don't do drugs in here. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke, and nor nothing like that. I don't take drugs. That, if you can hear someone shaking what sounds like pills in the background, that's my mother-in-law taking some medicine. But that's another thing I want to say. There's a lot of people on medication. I'm not a medical expert, but you see people on medication all the time. Pills for this, pills for that. They wake up, they take a pill or two, or how many kinds. They have pills all throughout the day, a pill in the night time. To me, it's not normal. To me and my nan, my grandmother, we both feel the same way. It didn't used to be like this. I don't take pills for anything. I don't take pills. Coffee don't even keep me awake. I can go to sleep straight after a cup of coffee. I take care of my health the natural way, you know what I'm saying? I don't eat the most healthy diet, but you are not going to get me. I drink tea and a bit of coffee sometimes, but you're not going to get me addicted on some kind of pill. Society's got people addicted to all these chemicals. It's messed up, right? And they just take it. some people agree with me. I mean, I know I've got a friend, I'm not going to mention his name. There's people out there who nod and they say, yeah, it's true what you say. Yeah, Rich. Yeah, Richard. You agree, but you still do the same thing. You still do it because everybody else does. It's the norm. Paracetamol, is it fucking aspirin? Sorry, mate. I mean, medicine, pills for this, pills for that, pills for this, pills for that. No. You wake up, they take a pill. They can't sleep, they take a pill. They can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't sleep, so they take insomnia pills, whatever it is. And then to wake up, they take a pill. And then all kinds of other stuff and drugs, and they're vaping here, left, right, and centre, and smoking weed and drinking alcohol, this, that, and the other. It's just like, what the hell is wrong with people? I do have a cup of tea or coffee. I do have some sugar in it. I do eat different kinds of food, and some food's a bit greasy, fair enough. But I don't eat I don't have loads. I don't have like loads and loads of bad stuff and junk food constantly, all that. But like, I eat fairly good compared to some people. And I do this regular exercise every day. Like, I don't understand people out there who just take society for what they tell you. Like, all the way people talk, like, influencers and this kind of terminology they use, and it's the TikTok generation and all this. No, it ain't. It's the human being generation, man. We're on planet Earth. I'm not living in a dream world. I'm going to do Kung Fu because everybody's doing Kung Fu. I'm going to do MMA because everybody's doing MMA. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's dancing like robots to some modern EDM music because I'm going to play it. I'm not like that, I'm going to wear pink and dye my hair blonde and go on the frickin' Barbie and Ken parade. Oh, they got a new movie. I'm going to dress up like the stars. I don't do that, okay? I'm not a crackhead. Excuse me, man. I don't take drugs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get everybody's name tattooed all over my body and face and wonder how to get it fucking laser burned off for one day to try and look gangster one minute and represent something I ain't got. I'm not the kind of person that goes out and into a riot just because everybody else is. I don't follow ideologies from people, period, in society, trends, or this group of people who believe that they've got the right religion or that. No, or waving a flag just because of whatever. No, I believe I'm as part of nature, whether I believe it or not. I've got a mind, yes, but my body belongs to nature. I come from planet Earth in space. As my mother-in-law coughing. I'm here in space, here on Earth. Okay, I don't need to take all these weird pills and medicines and a vaccine for this, vaccine for that, injections, because someone tells me that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because everybody else does it. There's people around here taking things left, right, and centre they don't even know. Well, try these sleeping tablets. They're good. I've got a pain in my neck. I've got a bit of strain in my lower back. Take these pills. They're good. They're going to tell you. I don't do that. Just try doing some exercise for your body, man. A woman, no? Just try doing some exercise for your body. To get a good rest. Get some good exercise. Take care of yourself. Move. Get blood flow. Breathe in air. That's what the people back in the day used to do. We ain't got to go back to the caveman days. People you got people in the 60s and 70s taking drugs and stuff. I'm just saying, the further you go back, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, back in the day, people were just, you know what I'm saying? If you got to move, you got to move. If you got to rest, you got to rest. Movement, rest, food, water, breathing. What else do you need? Calm head, look to nature, the ways of nature. You are a product of nature, always. Every new day you should be living with the way of truth and avoiding giving yourself any unnecessary hassle in making a psychotic, dangerous society in one way or another. You want to make sure that you're sensible and you're healthy. Strong mind, strong body. That's what the martial arts is about. It's a reminder that you're a human being and what life is really about is reality. And of course, preserving and maintaining yourself. I've got a stiff shoulder here, excuse me. I'm not doing a dance. But yeah, my right foot, my ankle gets a bit of a stiffness you see in the video sometimes too. But, you know, regardless, it's not for show, it's not for competition, it's for helping yourself. And that's all it's about, helping yourself out. So, I want to say take care of yourself, respect yourself, help yourself always. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my phone on charge in a moment. I was going to make another video sitting here, but I'm going to make another video for you after I finish my workout, when I'm on the street or outside when I'm walking down the street. I'm going to make another video, probably a few. We'll see how we go, different videos. A handful of videos today, we'll see. And I'll be walking down the street and I'll be talking to you on the way. Okay? And, yeah. You know, but martial arts is good. When you train every day, as regularly as possible, it's okay to have a day's break here or there is okay. But if you train every day, as regularly as possible, you're going to be able to. You'll feel it. You'll know it in yourself. You'll feel more energized all day. It keeps you younger, in a lot of ways. It keeps you more energized. So there's people I see in this world right now. I'm not going to talk about them too much, but there's people out there in their early 20s, mid 20s, and they ain't got a clue. They haven't kept up a regimen like I have. I've been like of any kind of regimen, better than me or worse than me. You know what I mean? Any kind of fitness in general, let alone martial arts, which is another level of knowledge. Truly is. They've got a bad attitude as a person. Martial arts lets you understand what's a good attitude too. They go around like they're high and mighty, all righteous, and like, yeah, well, you know, it's you that's negative. They think that they're positive, but they're really, really arrogant. They've got no respect for anyone or themselves. They talk over people all the time, which is just pure ignorance. Martial arts teaches you to be a better person, more honest with yourself. So therefore, humbleness is an easier thing. Patience is an easier thing. Endurance, all that awareness around it's what it teaches you inner and outer, you know. And I've been training martial arts since I was 12. There's no boasting bullshit, but I feel like I've been training martial arts my whole life. You know, I've been training for 30 years. Over 20 now. It's actually 30 years. I'm training martial arts. No boasting, just so. And I speak a foreign language every day. I've been doing that for 20 years. Which is Chinese. I've lived half my life in the UK, where I'm from. I spent half of it, more or less half of it, nearly 20 years. It's 19 years, and say, here in China, as I say. So it's a different thing, you know. It's a different. It's a different experience when you've been through so much. You'll see. But if you're just in that bubble, in that darkness in your mind, you think you know everything. It doesn't matter where you go in this world either. It's the closed mind was the problem. That's what the problem is. It's a closed mind. It's a closed mind. It's like a closed book. Just a block of wood. Closed mind, right? And they said to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. That's another one. The old proverbs, you know. To know how deep the water is, don't jump in with 2 feet to test how deep the water is. You know, empty your cup. If you want to learn something, you got to empty your cup. I mean, of water, because if you have a cup of water and you keep pouring, it's going to overflow. If you want to fill up with more new things, you have to tip out the other stuff. Have an empty cup ready to fill out with. So empty your mind from all your own ideas and judgment, and whatever that may be. Answers, questions, whatever, and just be ready for whatever it is. You close your eyes and you can hear the sound of it. Let's just pretend it's not a fizzy drink, like a, you know, soft drink, like fizzy sound. There's no sound, you can't hear, but someone's pouring some liquid into a cup. You don't know whether that's Coca-Cola, whether it's tea, whether it's coffee, whether it's water, whether it's orange juice. You don't know what it is, right? You don't know what it is. Strawberry juice, you've got no idea what that is. But in your mind, you've got all these ideas, what colour it is, what flavour it is. No. You have to taste it to know, you know. You're probably so focused on that, you probably didn't focus on the amount of time that, or the sound, and like if it was filled half or more, a full cup or whatever, you don't know. You know, so you couldn't even tell them that. Hot, cold, what kind of sounds is it? It's teaching you to be more aware with your senses, and then your mind senses. Yeah. All right. So again, that sound in the background is my mother-in-law taking more pills. I don't know if it's the same ones or otherwise. Don't worry, she's not a crack addict, not a drug addict. I'm just saying. More now, okay. The title of this video should be Skinny Kung Fu Boy and the Secret Crack Addict. And the Secret Crack Addict. No, there's no crack or whatever, a secret, you know. In the, you know, it's Kappa in the drug den. Yeah. Oh my god! Yeah. And that electric sound you can hear, that's not one of your funny doodah toys with some secret hooker in the background. No, that's my mother-in-law with an electric fan in the background. That's not a starving. I ain't got no starving hookers in the background. You blood clot, rascal. The thing got wind coming off it as well to cool down the cats. We ain't even got any pets at this current moment. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The man was dusting the man was dusting off the table, got his head stuck in the fishbowl. You know what I mean? But no, all jokes aside, you got to find the goodness in life, you know. So the new Karate Kid film just came out. I've not seen it yet. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing it though, because I mean, it looks all right. I mean, respect to Jackie Chan, the legend, Jackie Chan. But martial arts seriously in real life, okay, it can benefit you. So I'll finish my coffee now. I'm gonna double check. It's kind of dark in there. This company's a washing. I'll probably take away food for later. And I'm going to say, train hard and stay safe. Like I always say, take care of yourself, because self-defense is no joke. Training is no joke. You've got to keep it real. There's a lot of videos you'll see on YouTube of different martial arts practitioners telling you that this is no good, that will never work, or it shouldn't be done like this. And they're telling you what works and what don't work. And then there's other ones telling you, rewriting the story of of what happened with Bruce Lee and all this over and over again. There's all kinds of junk they're putting out constantly. The most important thing is take care of your vision. Obviously, your vision, your five senses, but just take care of your inner vision too. Take care, because that's the deep thing. Take care of being aware. You know, be aware. To feel, to know what works for you. Things might work or might not work in different situations, but keep yourself healthy and fit. Regular working out, and you're going to be in good shape. Even if you can't get a full workout every day, just get something in, you know. Unless you're really injured or you don't have any time, or you're just sick, fair enough. But do what you can. Do something to help yourself. You know? I've been doing it all these years, and I feel great. That's what I was going to say. I've seen people that are young, like early 20s, mid 20s. I know a lot of people, and they're so full of their ego. They're stuck in their ego. They won't listen to anyone. They'll even put down people that could be old enough to be their dad. I'm old enough to be their dad. Yeah, for real. And they put down people that are older than me too. And it's like they can't see. They're like the pilots sleeping in a Concorde, you know. Yeah, they really are. It's like the AI in the what do you call it, the Tesla vehicle just fell asleep or something. What the fuck's going on the motorway? No, it's still real life, man. You know, still real life, man. It is a brutalist environment. Sometimes you might see a little plant. If you're a plant in a brutalist, back room is liminal space, you're still a plant, man. You're still a little plant. So the thing is, right. Some of these people, they've not had the discipline. They've not had the discipline to know, to learn and develop such self-training. That's why you've got to have respect for martial artists and people that have been through certain self-training, because that's what martial arts is. It's a training of an enhancement of awareness and real true freedom, knowing and respect, knowing it, what it really is, the physical and the mental. The physical and the mental. People that have been through that, they know how to behave in the world. They know how to, they've got a character about them, And you can just see these people, these ignorant people going around talking over people. They're probably the most violent people if it came to it, because they've got no patience. And they're the weakest, regardless of their physical build too. They're actually the weakest people. They're the less intelligent ones. They really are. They might have a few skills here or there. Yeah, they might even have money and you think that that's come from what they've done, come off it. Most of the time, no, not so. But these people, these individuals, they're wasted. I've seen they ain't done much in their life to get them to this state. Otherwise, they'd be the best. I don't care if they've climbed. I don't care if they've done abseiling, if they've swam with dolphins. I don't really care what it is that they have done on certain occasions. They won a medal for some kind of singing contest. I really don't give a fuck. Well done. The good things are the good things, but they've obviously not done enough for themselves. Because whatever you do in this world's got to come from inside. So you've got to train yourself. They've not done enough. The more you know yourself, like by putting yourself through certain challenges and humbling yourself to the fact that honestly knowing you limitedly are just yourself in this big world. Train yourself on this planet, right? So someone who's been through a lot like that, excuse me. Someone who's been through a lot and they've trained physically and mentally, you're on a different level now. You can just tell it when you're talking and they're there, listening and knowing you. Test the time too. It might happen when you first meet someone like that. Later on, they start talking over you or not bothering to look when you're talking, like, they know everything about you. Or the other way around. Like they might be, arrogant at first. Later on, they start to know. But I'm just saying that those people that are just ignorant off the bat, you can just see. But the ones that, they're listening in the beginning, you can see them, they're kind of like really respectful and humble. Those people you've got to know there might be something more there to that person, because especially in this crazy society, all societies, I'm saying, whatever culture, but the modern way of the world, the way people are in the world, I'm saying, in general, and have been for decades, but So, but the test of time is, are they going to be like that a month from now, a few weeks from now? It can happen very quickly. After a few days or a while of listening to you talk, a day or two, they think they know you now. But the third day, nah. It's like they're not interested anymore. They're like, I know you now. Yeah. They know everything about you. See, and I'm not saying they have to be interested or agree with what you say, but what I'm saying, they're the kind of people. And their attention's only there when they're trying to work something out, like sly and cunning, or they're trying to work something out to find where they fit in the position, or where they can speak, or where they can use something against you, or is this something they can benefit from? That's what they're trying to really do, to exploit you. They're trying to see where they can exploit you. Have you got any weaknesses? This or that. When you meet someone for the first time, or it might be a new job or whatever, and that's what they're doing. The guy's got a bunch of weapons and ways of attacking you, and he's thinking, right, okay, let me just get close. Let's let the guy talk. Okay, let me just hear what you've got to say. Okay. And they'll say something and see how you answer that, and they're like, But they're not really aware what they're doing, about what they're doing. In their little small mind, they think they're really clever, but they're planning their next attack on you. But, you know what I'm saying? But if you've got someone who's like always humble, like weeks and months down the line, like I'm real with people. I ain't got to tell people all my business, this and that and the other, yeah? I'm real. I'm always like decent with people, respectful. And people look at you like weak for that. They think you're really, really a fool for being like that way. Because they think this is the real you they're seeing. They think this is you're giving yourself up like a fool. But no, as long as you don't do that, that's it. My decency is, no, it costs me nothing just to be a human. I get everything from being human. When I'm not overflowing my cup constantly. You know, when I'm literally aware of all. I'm not drowning everything out, my senses, covering up my senses with my own ego. No, I'm ready. I'm aware of what's going on. I feel my power. I'm not wasting it. Whatever good is given to me, it's given to me. Whatever's bad, I just let it fall away. I'm not reaching out or trying to hold on to bad stuff. I'm not playing a game with them, so to speak. They're playing a game with themselves. You understand me? And I'm always aware. And I'm the one who's been. I've trained tactics, so I know what you know what I mean. I'm using the background tactics that I train in martial arts, like a soldier, you know, just like a soldier trains you like that. To not to say that I'm going to go up to someone and attack someone or strike them, the same as a soldier shooting, but it's like like I'm there, I'm seeing their weakness because I'm more aware. I'm someone who's not been talking over people my whole life. I'm putting myself before, so I'm someone who's been taking a step back, seeing the broader picture, being quiet and hearing and studying for more. To enhance myself as a learner and a strong, you know, intelligence bank of mind and body. Not above everybody else. There's always more than me. There's always a bigger universe than me. But to enhance myself more than they are, I'm giving myself more potential than a lot of people. And we can all do that in different ways. But I'm just saying that I'm doing it, yeah, and it's grown, and it's given me the foundation. I've gone up a few levels, let's say, like Mario and Sonic. I've just gone up a few stages. So it's like I'm there. And when I'm around these people, I'm already seeing the openings that they wouldn't see, seeing the mannerisms. Not that I can judge someone by what just looking at them and say seeing is believing, and feeling is the truth. But you can just see one thing though: when someone's being negative, it's coming from a feeling of need. They're in a weak place. They're trying to do it. And when someone's being positive, they're also doing it from a reason of need a lot of times. It could be nerves or whatever. But positive is what matters, whether it's fake or not. Negativity is just always negative. So the thing is to not get mingled in with that. Don't try to keep going around trying to change people, you know, or blame anything. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your own energy, your own root, and your refine. Can you imagine a tree focusing on every other tree's root, and talking about it all day in their head, or they haven't got a head, you know, in their leaves, or to each other? They wouldn't. They're just their own strength of root, and the sun that brings it that. The other trees are not what it's about, you know. All the trees could come crashing down around me in the forest. If I'm still standing, I'm still standing. That's all that matters, really. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You might be standing like a tree amongst all the other trees, and they might be dead and you might be alive. You know what I'm saying? But if you're this living tree, the life comes to you. Not like the other trees, see? But the life comes. So all the animals are coming, the birds are coming to the tree, the animals are making it their shelter, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say about the nature, right? So, yeah, so basically what happens is different kinds of life are coming to me. So imagine that as a human being, lots of different kinds of people I can grow. I'm ready. Because I'm kind of neutral, like, I'm kind of like, you know, clear-headed. So I can learn from all kinds of people. They come to me. I'm not just rejecting everybody constantly. No. Or just rejecting us. I'm ready for this one. I might learn from that one. I'm there. I'm welcoming. I'm positive. They can sense power. They can sense there's something there. And if they can't, fine. I didn't lose my power. I'm not following people around, running after them. You see the butterfly flying around. It doesn't always chase you all day. You're looking over your shoulder. Where's that butterfly gone? He's gone elsewhere. Where's that raccoon gone? He's gone. He's going to get some water now. He's had his food. You know what I mean? People can't even find their shoes, man. Yeah. You're tripping over while you're on your phone all day. You come to reality, you know. That's what it's about. So I hope you've enjoyed this talk. Quite a long talk about martial arts, wisdom, mind and body, better life. I haven't got much time now. I've got to go out later on. So I haven't got a lot of time. But yeah, I'm going to go and do a workout. I've got 1 hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to go and do a little bit of stretching, get a simple workout in today, and then I'm going to pop out. Okay, I'll do another video. We've got another topic coming up, a similar topic. All right, and it's a good one. So if I can get it done, you'll be able to see that camera on the go outside. Talk to you guys later. Train hard, stay safe.